Hi everybody. Hi everybody. My name is Maureen of Minolix Edibles and Services, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome. For the new subscribers, you're welcome. For those that have been here with me for a while, you're also welcome back. So this year we have been trying in our consistency, but that's not the goal. The goal is not to be trying, the goal is to be very consistent. So I promise that I'll be giving it to you back to back. Today I want to talk about something very brief and quick. I want to talk about buttermilk. A lot of persons don't know what buttermilk is. A lot of persons probably have heard of buttermilk, but they just use buttermilk and they don't understand what buttermilk is. So I'll give us the recipe for the buttermilk and show us how to make buttermilk. But before I do recipe and procedure, I feel like I should explain, because sometimes people just bump into recipes and try recipes without even knowing what exactly what they are doing is. So buttermilk is basically fermented milk. Fermented milk. And I know someone will ask, how does milk ferment, or how do we ferment this milk to get buttermilk? Or some persons will say, buttermilk, is it not supposed to be butter and milk? Buttermilk is basically fermented milk. So it's made up of butter and an acid that helps it to ferment really quick. So that's what buttermilk is. And this acid we are talking about, we have our vinegar, which helps our milk to ferment. So that's what buttermilk is. And we have a couple of benefits of using buttermilk. So that next time when you see a recipe that calls for buttermilk, you don't say, oh, milk is milk, let me just use milk. You understand that buttermilk is buttermilk. So there are two basic benefits of buttermilk that I'm going to highlight to you today. So in recipes that require buttermilk, buttermilk activates the baking soda. In recipes that require buttermilk, buttermilk helps to activate the baking soda. This buttermilk produces gas that makes the cake batter to rise. It produces gas that helps the cake batter to rise, or whatever you are baking to rise. So when you hear in recipes that require buttermilk, it means that this benefit will not apply to recipes that do not require buttermilk. So if your recipe says 1 cup of buttermilk, 2 cups of buttermilk, in that recipe what the buttermilk does is that it helps to activate the baking soda, because it produces a gas that helps to activate the baking soda in the recipe. So that's number one benefit of buttermilk. The second, which is the last benefit I have here, is that buttermilk provides a tangy or strong flavor, which helps to balance the sweetness of your baked product. Buttermilk produces or provides a strong or tangy flavor that helps to balance the sweetness of your baked product. So do not think that people are just adding buttermilk for adding sake, or because they want to call a big name, or this one wants to show that baking things. Buttermilk is different from normal milk. Now let me give you the recipe for buttermilk. The recipe for buttermilk, if you are making 1 cup of buttermilk, this is the recipe that you use. You use 1 cup of water, 4 tablespoons of powdered milk, because I'm using powdered milk to make my own buttermilk. So you use 1 cup of water, 4 tablespoons of powdered milk, then 1 tablespoon of vinegar. So there's a ratio of the acid to the milk in buttermilk. When you're making buttermilk, the ratio of acid to the milk is ratio 1:1. So if you are doing 1 cup, you are having 1 tablespoon of vinegar. If you are doing 2 cups, you are having 2 tablespoons of vinegar. If you are doing 1.5 cup, you are using 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar. So because we are doing 1 cup of buttermilk, we are going to use 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Then the procedure, first of all, you measure your water into a bowl or into a plate or whatever you are using. Then next, you dissolve your powdered milk in the water. After dissolving your powdered milk, you add your vinegar. After adding your vinegar, you stir this for a while and allow it to sit for 10 minutes so that your milk is going to ferment, and we have our buttermilk. So having mentioned all this to you, let's go right into the practical. Let me show you exactly how I make my buttermilk. At this point also, I want to urge you, if you are a new watcher, or if you are watching my video for the first time, my name is Maureen of Middle East Edibles and Services, and on this YouTube channel I share with you recipes, procedures, business secrets and business tips that would help your business as a baker or as a food vendor or as a random business person to grow. So please, I urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video, like it, subscribe. Please do not leave this page without subscribing to my YouTube channel. So let's go into the main process of making our buttermilk. Hello, so I want to show you how I make my buttermilk, and we're working with a 1 cup recipe. So for your buttermilk, we have 1 cup of water. Because I'm using powdered milk, so I'm using 1 cup of water. I'm using 4 tablespoons of powdered milk. This is my measurement spoon, and I'm using the tablespoon. I'm using 4 tablespoons of powdered milk. And then I am using my white vinegar. I'm using white vinegar. You can get this from supermarket, baking stores, or anywhere. You can get from supermarkets. I see them a lot in supermarkets. So if you are using liquid milk, there's no need for the water. You just go ahead with your 1 cup of liquid milk, and then you add in your vinegar. So the first thing we are going to do is to pour in our 1 cup of water. This is 1 cup measurement of water. You pour it into your bowl. The next thing you are going to do is to measure in your 4 tablespoons of milk. 4 tablespoons of milk. Or this is 1. This is 2. This is 2. This is 3. And this is the 4th. This is the 4th one. So we have 4 tablespoons of milk in here, and we are just going to stir our milk till it's properly dissolved. Till it is properly dissolved. So I think this is okay. I know this is okay. Our milk is properly dissolved. The next thing we are going to do is to pour in our white vinegar. 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Here, this is vinegar. Let me show you again. Pour in 1 tablespoon of vinegar. This is 1 tablespoon. Pour it into the liquid milk mixture. Pour it in here. And the next thing we are going to do is to allow this to sit. As you can see, the buttermilk is already forming, but we are going to allow this sit for 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and see what becomes of it. At this point, I want to beg you, please, if you are new here to my channel, please do well to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you're going to be getting back-to-back recipes, back-to-back business tips, and you are going to get a lot of tips that would help your business to grow, that will help your baking business, your food business to grow generally. And also, as a business person, not necessarily baker or food business owner, you are also going to be getting tips that would help your business to grow. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here till this point. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I'll show us what becomes of this buttermilk after 10 minutes. Thank you so much. Hello everybody. So 10 minutes later, this is what has become of our buttermilk. Are you seeing how fermented the milk has become? Are you seeing the one I scooped into this spoon? Are you seeing how fermented that the milk is just standing one, like it has fermented? And what helped it to ferment was that vinegar that we added. So buttermilk is just simply fermented milk. So this is our fermented milk. This is our buttermilk. This is our buttermilk, and it's used most especially in recipes that have baking soda. in recipes that have baking soda. So do not use buttermilk when your recipe do not require buttermilk. If your recipe says milk, use milk. If your recipe says buttermilk, use buttermilk. And this basically is how buttermilk is being produced. I hope that this video has helped you. I know that this video has helped you, and I know that next time you already have a clue of how to make your buttermilk, and you already know that after mixing you have to let it sit for 10 minutes before using. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I love you so much, and I hope to see you in my next video, and I hope that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel already. Once again, before I leave, my name is Maureen of Minolix Edibles and Services, and I'm so pleased and glad to have you here on my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.